What good are they doing?
Yeah.
I drew everybody's attention to the appalling treatment of Professor Carl Heneghan,
yes.
who, in the darkest hours of the Great Panic, was one of the few people in science and medicine who kept a respectable position up of saying, actually, I have serious doubts about this. A man who practices, by the way, as a GP as well as being a scientist, and who knows what goes on in the health service and is really well briefed, and it isn't overbearing or overweening, but just simply
and it's a very calm voice, actually,
put forward in a calm and intelligent way doubts about what was going on, and the way the inquiry treated him. Somebody asking him whether people had been swearing about him. Why do you ask that?
Yeah.
And he submitted, I think, a 74-page document and didn't get the impression anybody had read it.
I don't think anybody did.
Fantastic article in The Spectator, which he wrote last week, which I think is reachable online. Everybody should read it to see how this person, who should really be treasured as a very important part of our scientific and public knowledge, was treated dismissively by an inquiry which seems to me to have made up its mind in advance. I predicted before it was set up that it would say we did not lock down soon enough or hard enough. That's what it will say.
Yes.
And it's not.
And that is still the line that comes out of any former government minister or any current government minister if you try and pick them apart on it. But also, they seem obsessed with asking the wrong questions. I kind of summarised the thing last week as saying, the inquiry which is taking too long will cost too much money and is asking all the wrong questions. Because they seemed obsessed last week with Dominic Cummings and his sweary WhatsApps rather than what was actually the chaotic nature of government policy being made.
Well, and why was it chaotic, and what was the reason for the chaos, and fundamentally, were they taking the right decisions? Had anybody done the simplest thing that people should do under such circumstances, a simple cost-benefit analysis, which they never did?
No.